Hey guys, so this is Quinn, that's Naz the iPhone guy, and I've been getting this question probably 5 to 6 times per day now, and I've been getting it for about a year. I actually drafted this video out in notes months ago, but I never went through with it, and now I decided, because I'm getting the question like crazy, I should finally answer that. And that is, how can I become a more successful YouTube reviewer? I filmed this 3 times. The first time it was 18 minutes, the second time it was 29 minutes, and the third time it was 34 minutes. So I'm going to try and shorten this as much as I can, but cram as much content as I can into one period. First of all, you are going to want an excellent name. That's Naz the iPhone guy. It's a personable name. People connect with that. That means something. It's something that you can remember. It's quirky, it's intuitive, it's unique. And that is one of the reasons that That's Naz the iPhone guy is successful. It's not because my content is great. It's because I have a good name. People remember that and they spread it around. Don't be iTouch iApp Reviewer 1986-43. That means nothing and no one will remember that. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of people who have really good YouTube handles. They do a really successful job. All 3 of them, ironically, are named Jonathan. But TLD today, Techfest Lunch and Dinner. That's cool, that's unique, and that's something I'm going to remember. iTipster, very clever. Ultimate Phone Reviews. You know, all 3 of these have the same basic premise that describes exactly what they do in their title. Now, I've kind of expanded from iPhones, but That's Naz the iPhone guy is something you're going to remember. It's better than App Reviewer 1993. You know, that doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to remember that, and I won't go tell that to people because it's too confusing. If you have a good name that's quirky and easy to remember, you are going to get found more easily and people will talk about you more. It's as simple as that. Cameras and lighting. I get the question all the time, Quinn, I need a new camera. Which one should I get? I'm looking at this $2,000 camera and this $2,800 camera. And then I go look at their channel and their freaking videos are shot in the dark. Come on, people. You need good lighting, and that is the single most important thing when you're producing YouTube videos. Right now, I have a $400 lighting kit. It's not perfect, and I actually don't have it set up the way it normally is, so it does look a little bit cheesy, and it's kind of funny that I'm providing advice to you on how to make good videos, and I don't even have a good video myself. But the point is, I have an expensive lighting kit, but this is not necessary. Here are a few tips in terms of lighting that will help you get a better output quality. The first one is, don't shoot videos in the sun or in the sunlight or outside. It's hard to get a consistently good brightness. Unlike artificial lights, which stay the exact same lightness all the time, the sun moves and shifts and there's clouds and your white balance on your camera just goes, and it may be really bright at one point and then it gets super dark. So you want to keep a consistent light. Secondly, you want to make it pretty bright. So I don't recommend sunlight. I film all my videos in artificial light. I have fluorescent lights right now. They're pretty expensive and they get what I need done, but they are a little bit harsh. If you check out this light above me, it's just a regular light you would stick in your socket and it works fine. Now, the best lighting is track lighting in your ceiling. It produces the best looking videos on the web, on the net, and it's very easily done. However, there are easier and cheaper ways to do this. You can get a fluorescent shop light. They're like 30 bucks, maybe 40 with the light bulb. It doesn't need to be a fancy one. And all you need to do is cover it with paper or a filter that will spread the light. The problem with those shop lights is they're a very concentrated beam of light and it'll create for a very harsh image. So you're gonna wanna cover that with paper or something like that where it kind of evens out the white. It isn't so direct and in one point, it kind of smooths it out. The second one is, have 2 lights at all times and put them in completely the same spot with your object or your filming in the center. So put the iPod that you're reviewing in the middle and then have 2 lamps equidistant apart from you. Or you can do the ceiling lights that are shining directly upon it. The reason you want 2 lamps and the reason you want them equidistant is it creates for no shadows. Shadows get really annoying in videos. It's really hard and you get a really grainy look, and white balance often gets thrown off. So you are going to want to get 2 lamps that put in the same spot. So that's lighting. It's crucial. Lighting is more important than the video camera you're using. If you have good lighting, you're going to have a better looking video. It's as simple as that. I don't care if you have a $20,000 Proline camera. If you're shooting in a poor lit room, it's not going to look good. Simple as that. Now, once you have figured your lighting out and once you do have a good light set and your camera isn't suitable for you, you can go and pick up a new camera. I currently use the Canon Vixia HF10. I'm looking to upgrade. This was about $1,200 new in 2007 probably. It was one of the first handheld consumer HD cameras that ran on internal memory. This has 16 gigabytes of built-in memory, and it shoots in full 1080p resolution. Now, the problem with this camera is it is quite expensive. It's $600 even now, used on eBay. So, you know, there's not the cheapest camera out there. Now, the reason I'm explaining this to you is cameras are important. And generally, as a rule of thumb, the bigger the lens, the better the camera quality. Now, this isn't always true, but look at the glass on this bad boy. This has a pretty big lens on it. Now, Jonathan at TLD Today shoots with a Canon D7. Now, that is a DSLR camera with a giant A macro lens on it. And basically how cameras work is they let millions of little light particles in. And the bigger the fixture or the bigger the sensor, the more ability for light to go in is present. That was a really weird way to word that. But the bigger the lens, the bigger the glass, typically the better the picture. If you have a 720p HD flip micro with a lens this big, and then this guy's little brother, the Canon FS100, which is about $199 new now, that's probably one of the top recommended cameras, by the way. It's standard definition. It is an HD, but it will record in standard def, and the quality will look better on the standard definition $199 FS100 Canon camera than it will on the HD $199, same price, or maybe even more, flip micro HD. Generally, this isn't always true. The bigger the lens, the better the quality. That's about what I can give you as a tip. So HD is like megapixels. It doesn't mean anything. It does help to have an HD video, and I do think it's becoming more mainstream. But if you can produce a good-looking picture with a standard def camera and good lighting, who cares? You don't need HD. Most people don't stream in that anyway. So there you go. Furthermore, most people compress the crap out of their HD videos, so they don't even look good anyways. There you go. Connectivity. It is way easier to become a successful reviewer if you're in a lot of places. I'm on Twitter. I have my blog. I used to have a Facebook fan page. I don't anymore because I got rid of my Twitter, or I got rid of my Facebook account. But the more places you're in, the better opportunity you have to be discovered. I have 1,800 Twitter followers. A lot of these people don't follow me on YouTube because A, a lot of people aren't subscribed, and B, a lot of people don't even watch YouTube. But if there's a link that I post that sounds appealing to them, they're going to click it. And maybe, if it's the content that they want to see, maybe they'll go and create an account, or maybe they'll subscribe to me, and then maybe they'll tell other people about me. So the more places you're in, the better chance you have of getting found. Here's a good example. Unlimited case, I never spent a penny on ad revenue. Yet I made a pretty penny on, on selling product. And I was 100% viral marketing. That's unusual, but it's becoming very popular, and it is a very wide resource. So the more places you're in, the better chance you have of A, getting review product, and B, making yourself widely available. Respond to your viewers, be involved, and be friendly. You know, your viewers, your subscribers are watching your videos. Be sweetheart butt kissers to them, okay? Now, I know I don't do this, and I'm kind of snide and arrogant at times, but that's because I have a personality that is very sarcastic, and some people take it very seriously, so whatever, they're retarded. But the point is, connectivity is very important. You have people that are watching your video. Return them the favor if they asked a question and respond back. Now, when you get to the point where you can't respond to everything, like me, I get 95 PMs per day on average. I can't possibly go through and answer every single one of those, so I don't. I don't respond to PMs. And I wish I had the time and the resources to do so, but that's something that I can't do. But as a starting YouTuber with 100 subscribers, you can answer every single one of their questions. So if you have the ability to do it, because it creates for a more personal connection with that person. You're not just a dude that makes videos. You're someone who talks to your audience. And that's one of the things I think I'm good at too, is I create connectivity in my videos. Right now. You know, I'm talking to you watching this video. I'm not talking, hey, this is that snazzy iPhone guy. This is the review of the shirt, blah, 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 blah. Hey, this is Quinn, that snazzy iPhone guy. How's it going? You are subconsciously processing my questions in your mind, and it creates for a more personal experience. It's way more enjoyable, and you'll go and spread my information to people because You feel like you have a personal connection with me. Even though we've never met in real life, we probably never will meet in real life, and maybe you never even asked me a question. But due to the fact that I put questions and communicate with my people inside of my videos, you feel a personal bond and connection. And that's something that's really powerful. So do that. Etiquette. This is very important in YouTube, and there's a lot of people that are really bad at it. Incessance. Now, I know this sounds snide and arrogant, but as a bigger YouTuber myself, I get tons of questions, and they're all sub for sub or box for box. Hey, check out my videos. I'll put you in my box. No, that is so stupid. Don't do that, because big YouTubers are not going to waste your time with you. If you said, hey, Quinn, I'm starting this YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of success so far, and I'm wondering if you could give me some feedback. Your chances of me going to your channel are 1,000,000 times higher than if you say, sub for sub, dude, rock on. Not going to happen. So, and secondly, I get the same question. There's a few people that will email me the same thing every single day for a month. Email technology and PMs in YouTube actually work really good. If we don't respond, it's because we don't want to talk to you. So don't send the same stuff over and over and over, because if you do get popular, there's about 3 people who will remain nameless. But they're pretty big YouTubers now. You know, they have a couple thousand subs, but I don't talk to them. I don't speak with them. I don't watch their videos. And it's because when they started, they were that sub for sub, annoying, arrogant, you know, it really is bothersome. So don't bug other YouTubers, and don't message people saying, hey, subscribe to me and I'll subscribe to you. That doesn't create a real audience, and it looks really unprofessional, especially when companies find it. If a company finds sub for sub in every single one of your videos, they're not going to send you stuff. Dream on. Fluency and style. Now, this is very important. Be yourself. You know, I have these weird, quirky traits that are personable to me. Exactly like that. I use big words, and they're totally used in the wrong context, but that's something that is unique to my videos. It's something that people really enjoy and think is funny. It's a riot. Now, if you are, what am I even talking about? I don't even know. If you're, see, there's another person. I just blabber on. Be yourself. Don't try and pretend to be someone else. I see so many people go, hey guys, this is iTouch Reviewer 986. You're not It's Me Morpheus. Shut up. Be yourself. Copying someone will never work. There's never a copy that's as good as the original. It's as simple as that. So don't copy people. Secondly, people say originality is everything. It's really not. I find myself to be pretty original, and I don't think there's a lot of YouTube reviewers out there that are quite like me. However, if you are just average Joe, don't pretend or force yourself to be someone you're not, because it is way easier to be a successful average Joe than it is to be a successful person who has or who totally acts everything out, you know? So be yourself. That's basically what I'm going to get at. And don't try and imitate other people. No one likes a fake or a clone. It's never as good as the original. And originality is important, but if you're fake, don't make it a priority. Be yourself before you're going to pretend to be someone else. Now, we're finally to the section review product. As owner of Unlimited Case, I got probably 30 to 40 emails per day on people asking for a review product. Now, I read every single one of these. I didn't respond to most of them, but I saw the trend. And so this is where I think I have one up on a lot of other big YouTubers, is they don't know how people ask for a review product. Oh my gosh. There are so many people that I honestly put my fist to my face in like doubt of America's future. First of all, there's 2 ways to communicate, via telephone and via email. If there's an option to do it via phone, do it. If you're able to personally speak to a rep about receiving a review product, first of all, it's a lot harder for someone to turn you down in person while you're talking to them on the phone than it is through a computer on a keyboard. So that's one way. It's a lot harder to get rejected via the phone. And secondly, it helps you create a more personal connection and bond with them. You're talking to them. It's not, hello, I am Quinn, that's Nancy, iPhone guy, I have 8,500 apps. You know, it's, hey, you know, you're talking to someone on the phone, and it creates a personal connection with them. So that's way more powerful. So when there's the opportunity to do phone, take it. Now, if you do have to do email, I'm going to give you some outlines. When I started doing a review product, or when I started when I started doing YouTube videos and asking for review products, I only figured this out probably half a year ago. But I had a standardized template email that I sent to every company. I changed the name in the email of the company, and I changed the name of the product I wanted. That was it. Now, the problem with this is it's not personable. Once again, it's robotic, it's standardized, and it doesn't seem like something that fits to the company. I would email 10 companies and maybe get 1 or 2 things out of it. Whereas now I will get a 75% turnaround. 3 out of the 4 companies I email send me stuff. And partially it's because of my numbers, it's because of my success, but mostly it's because I hand type every email for every company, for every product I want. It allows you to express yourself a lot better, and you're able to communicate with the PR rep a little bit better than a standardized email. You know, if I'm asking for an iFrog review, I can say, hey, I reviewed the Swerve, it was an excellent case, check out the video right here. You know, it's way more personal than say, hello, I'm Quinn, that's nice, the iPhone guy, I want to review product. That doesn't work, you know, so don't have a standardized template. Create and handwrite an email for every review product you want. Now, this is the single biggest thing I saw in review product, and I was seriously like, grammar, spelling, and punctuation. I didn't think it was that difficult of a concept, but 1 in 4 people actually wrote me something in real English. Don't start an email off with TTLY, LOL, smiley face. Hello, I was wondering if you would send me product, blah, 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 all lowercase, all no punctuation. Oh my goodness, it drives me, along with PR reps, insane. If you have a nicely drafted email, pretend like you're writing an essay. Your whole term grade relies on this essay. You're going to put real punctuation in. You're going to capitalize stuff. Do this in your review emails. It gives you a professional precedence. If you write everything in lowercase, you look like a 10-year-old kid who's gotten on his mom's email account to ask for a review product. Now, if you are 10 years old, help mommy draft you an email that will look a little bit more professional. Okay? So actually use grammar, punctuation, and spelling because it does help. Numbers aren't everything. And if you don't have the numbers, don't use them. You know, I have the numbers, which is kind of helpful now because, you know, I'll say I have 8,500 subs, and now I can say I have over 1.5 million total video views. That's impressive. But if you're just starting off and you have 160 subs, if all you say is I have 160 subs, send me a review product, and I say I have 8,000 subs, send me a review product, who's going to get review product? Me. But if you're able to communicate why you are a good choice for review product, do it. Because companies will send review product to you if you say, hey, you know, I'm just starting off. I don't really know what's going on, but I feel, no, don't say that. But if you can say, I do YouTube reviews and I feel like you should send me a review product because I do this differently than most people, or I do this, or blah, blah, blah. This is unique to me. Give reasons other than pure numbers and statistics as to why you should be sent review product. It's way more personal and it's way more successful, especially if you do not have the numbers. Provide a timeline and an outline and a schedule of how you're going to do their video. If you say, hello, send me a review product, and you don't provide an outline, how do they know you're not just trying to score free stuff? If you say, hello, this is my schedule for reviews as of right now. Typically, I take 12 to 14 days to review a product after thorough testing, and I've used it for a while. That's when I can decide to put out the video. And then once you've messed around with the product for a little bit, you can even say, hey, this is exactly when I plan to put out my video. Unless something comes up, plan to see it then. And then when the video becomes live, email them and say, okay, here's the link. Follow them from the minute you send that first email to the last email when your video is posted, because it creates a much more professional relationship. And if you do get to the point where they want to send you more stuff, they're going to want to send you more stuff if you follow through all the way with them, rather than sending them one email and then you never emailing anything back ever again. Okay, so provide a timeline and then follow through. Only ask for one thing. I got this asked all the time. Even if it was a good written email, people would be like, I want this case, and this case, and this case, and this case, and these speakers. And no, what are you doing? Ask for one review product. And don't go asking for the $900,000 headphones on the site. Go asking for maybe a simple iPhone 3GS case, or an iPhone 4 case now, I guess it would be. Ask for one thing, and then they'll send it to you. You'll do a review, and then when they see that you have good stuff, most of the time they contact you back and ask you to review something else. But if they don't do that, you can contact them back and say, hey, last month I reviewed this, and I was wondering if I could get these. So review one, put the video out, and once you put the video out, they can see what you're all about, and then they can decide if they want to send you more than one thing. So if you ask for 12 things in the beginning, they have no idea what you're going to put out, and they don't even know if you're real. If they send you $100 in review product and you never put out a review, or you do and it sucks, that is a huge loss to them. So ask them for one thing in the beginning, and then after they see your success, or after they see you're a serious YouTuber, then you can ask for more stuff. Provide an outline, only ask for one thing. Don't be desperate and don't be arrogant. I see this all the time. There's a ton of people like, well, I'm just starting out and I only have 25 subs and I really appreciate it. It makes you look desperate. You look like a tool. So don't pretend to be needy. You don't need it. So create a good argument as to why it is beneficial to you to be sent review product as is to them. So you can say, I have 8,500 subscribers. If you send me this review product, I know it's a hot item. Chances are I will grow myself in audience numbers and you'll be able to get thousands of views and hundreds of customers directed towards your towards that product. That is way more appealing than, well, I only have 25 more steps and I really appreciate it if you send me some review product. So do that. Don't be arrogant. Now don't say, I have 3,000 subscribers and I have more than this person, and name dropping. Name dropping is not good. If you see someone who got review product, email that company as if you had never seen that video. Because if you name drop, that is instantaneously like, wow, this person is a tool. Because if you say, well, you sent it to this person and they only have 1,000 subs and I have 1,286, therefore I am a better candidate. That is not always true, and if you say stuff like that, you look like a douche. So don't do that. Be short and precise but meaningful. You need to put all the content that you need to surpass in about 5 to 6 sentences, about 2 paragraphs. It's like a formal business letter. Now, if you're going to create a freaking novel, no one's going to read that, and the PR rep will more than likely throw it directly into the trash, even if it is beautifully accurate, because they're responding to hundreds of these per day. And if yours is freaking could be printed into a small pamphlet, they're not going to read it. Create a short, concise email that gives them all the information they need to know in about 5 to 6 to 7 sentences. That's my typical length. That's about it in terms of getting review product. Handwrite each email, call if you can. Don't be snide or arrogant, or don't be desperate. If you're in it for free stuff, by the way, you have the wrong mentality. That's a totally wrong community, and go find somewhere else to do that. Because here at YouTube, I don't care if I lost my partnership. Well, I would care. It would suck. But if I lost my partnership, if I lost 8,000 subs, it'd blow, but I'd still keep doing reviews and I would start buying my product. Element case, they would have never sent me that paper, but I freaking spent $100 on an iPhone 4 case because I knew it was something I wanted and I knew it was something my viewers wanted to see. So I will buy review product even if it's not something that will be sent to me. So once again, if you're in it for free stuff, back off because it's not happening and you're stealing the opportunity from other people who actually want to create futures and personal connections with people in this regard. Lastly, and the last thing we're going to talk about is tags. Tags are hugely important, and I see a lot of videos that don't do this, and they're like, well, I only have 56 views, and then they name the video iPhone headphone review. Facepalm, again. Let's say I had the Rockford Fosgate Punch Plug review. If I put in my title, Rockford Fosgate Punch Plug, and put no other tags, the only way people would find me was if they searched That Snazzy iPhone Guy, or Rockford Fosgate, or Punch Plugs, or Rockford Plugs, or something like that. A combination of those words. So tags are basically identifiers that allow you to be found in the search engine in that little bar up top on top of every YouTube page. If someone searches iPhone headphones, high quality, and those all match your tags, you're going to rank way higher than if all you had was Rockford Fosgate Punch Plugs. So when you upload, there's that little line name tags. Put everything you can in there. Don't bleed into topics that your video doesn't correlate with, but you do want to be able to communicate what you need to do and put broad categories and spell stuff wrong because people do that all the time. And if they spell headphones wrong and your tag is headphones spelled wrong, there's not a lot of tags that are like that and your video will jump up to the top. So tagging is very important. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what to do in terms of becoming a better YouTube reviewer. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult to get started. You just have to try and, don't give up. I was so discouraged at different points. Once you hit 500 subs, that's when you're to the point where you're pretty much home free. So, it is really cool and it is an awesome experience. And hopefully with these tips, lighting, camera, connectivity, etiquette, fluency and style, and getting review product in a proper fashion, this can help you become a more successful YouTube reviewer. Got a question for me? Leave a question below in the comment box and I will try my very darndest to respond to it as soon as I can. Thanks, this is Quinn, That Snazzy iPhone Guy, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.